Thank you, Peretz. All right, Hamakabel. This I hate to say it. I should have said it before the recording. Okay, this one sounds like a joke. Perek Demai Perek Vav Mishna Aleph. All right, Hamakabel Sadam Yisrael Minayvikam Minakusi. Almost sounds like you're waiting for them to walk into a bar, right? A Yisrael, a guy, and a Kusi went into a bar, right? I don't think today's door, anyways, even knows from those jokes. But anyway, so Makabel Sadam Yisrael. If somebody's Makabel or something, now usually Makabel means a Kabbalah like sharecropper. So he's a sharecropper. So if you became a sharecropper for a yid, or for a guy, or for a kusi, so yichalik lifneihem. So now the sharecropper, so he works the land. Normally, you're not allowed to give anybody grain or fruits and vegetables until you take off the trumas and meiser, because otherwise you don't want to be mashal there. So the sharecropper, though, if he takes off the trumas and meisers, there's gonna be a big loss in what percent, because he gets a percentage of what he did, right? So if he starts giving off the trumas and meisers off of it, then he's gonna lose out because he ends up giving trumas and meisers for the boss too. So the Mishnah says if he's a sharecropper from a Yisrael or from a Goy, from a Kusi, then he can give out their portions before taking off the Trumas and Maaseh. That's a sharecropper. Hachayker Sodom Yisrael. So chayker, we had on last night's stuff that word. A renter, let's say, but so that, again, that was the first part of Mishnah was a sharecropper. Second part of Mishnah is a chayker Sodom Yisrael. If he rents a Sodom from a Yid, Tyrim, Benoisenloi, he has to give Truma, and then he could give it to him. Right, just Truma. Yeah. Now the reason for that is because Truma is you're supposed to separate it when it's still in the stage of threshing. Right, and when do you give the rest of the stuff? You give it, you pay your rent with it after it leaves the threshing floor. So therefore, you have to give off the Truma. Right. So therefore, that's therefore only Truma is taken off. Amar Review, that's by a renter. Amar Review, the Emasai is mentioned that's only when he's paying the boss with fruits from that field and the same type of fruit that he's working with. But if he gives it from a different field, or he gives it to him from a different min, then then he has to take off meiser and then give it. Meaning, normally the sharecropper, I'm assuming, what he pays for his portion, or the renter, probably the renter, when he pays for the rent, he pays it from, let's say it's an apple orchard. So he will take some of those apples and pay the rent with it. But if he happens to have oranges handy and he decides to pay his rent with the oranges, then he has to take off, or it's from a different field. He takes the earnings from a different field and he pays. Then meiser v'noistenloi, then he has to give meiser, and then he gives it to him, right? Because it's not. He's already making business with it. It's as if he sold it to him, because we know that when you sell something to somebody, then you have to make sure that Trumas and Meisus come off. Let's just do one more Mishnah. It's a short one. Hachayker Mishnah base. Hachayker Sodom and Ivek. So here's a chayker. Now, if he rents the field from a guy, then Meiser v'noisim, then he should take off all the Meisers, Trumas and Meisers, and then give it to him. Right? Why? So this is one of those times when the Chachamim made a knas. It's very interesting. The Chachamim made a knas that you're not allowed to rent land from a goy, because if in Eretz Yisrael, because if you rent land from a goy in Eretz Yisrael, then the goy is not going to sell his land. We don't want goyim owning land in Eretz Yisrael. So if you're going to rent it from him, then he's not going to feel the pressure to sell it. But if he can't find anybody to rent it, then he's going to want to sell it. So because of that, they made a knas, and they made you have to give off, you have to take off all trumas and meisters if you rented a field from a guy. Rabbi Yehuda even if he's makabel a sada from his forefathers, meaning the goyim took the land from his fathers, they stole it, and then he goes and rents it, which really he rented his own field. Never like with the people that go, the survivors that go back to Europe and they say, that's my house that they took, right? And he goes and he rents it from them. Still, Meiser v'Noisen, he still has to give Meiser, right? Even a sharecropper, right? And why? In order to say, don't rent it, get it back from him. I don't know how you get it back from him. Either buy it, or I don't know what else, but there was a knas even on that. So this Mishnah is saying that if you rent from a guy, you have to give meiser and give it to him, because we don't want you renting from a guy, because we don't want goyim to own land in Eretz Yisrael. Yehuda says even if you makabel a stay avoisa from a guy, even if it's a sharecropper, which we said in the previous Mishnah that a sharecropper we don't make them take off trumas and meiser even when it's from a guy. So, but here he would, because we want him to make sure that he gets it back. Yeah. Okay. Stop there. Shaary Teshuva. Okay. Shaary Teshuva, Perek Beis. Talib, right? Yeah. Because Yikabel Adam is Musar Hashem. When a person is makabel, the Musar from Hashem, V'yetiv drachav u'malolav, and it makes him better, right? It makes him into a better person. Roy lo sheyismach b'yisurav, then it's proper that he should be happy with his punishment, with his pain. V'yishayilu tayalas niskavas, because they will niskav means like amazing or big. It will do many great things for him. And he should thank Hashem the same way he would thank Hashem for all other hatzlacha. I mean, you have to be a real maimin to do this, but you do have those big maiminim who say, they're having yisurin and they say, Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem, whatever it is, it's a good thing. Right? So meaning it's gonna do great things for you if you take the yisurin, then it's gonna do great things for you, right? We did that. I'm gonna take the kais yeshuas, a kais of being saved, and I'm gonna lift it up, and I'm gonna call in the name of Hashem. I'm gonna find tzara and yagain and b'shem Hashem ekra, and I'm going to call in Hashem's name. So what do we see? That David HaMelech was thanking Hashem from the Yeshuas, right? Which, okay, I'm not sure I understand what he's saying, because it seems like in the beginning the Shaary Teshuva was saying that when you're having problems, so thank Hashem for them, right? But when we're saying, the raya to this is Kais Yeshua Sesam. But Kais Yeshua means that he had a Yeshua. Right? So I don't know. I'm not sure what that means, because it sounds like from the beginning of the Shaary Teshuva is that you should say that Hashem is helping you and that you should be happy. That you should be happy even if there's no Yeshua, even stam with the Yisurim. Okay, bottom line is that we have to use Yisurim as a way to get closer to Hashem. All right, we'll stop with that.